Hi, I'm Jules, and I am a priestess, healer, and Reiki master teacher here in the Los Angeles area. I was born a natural witch with certain spiritual gifts, but it took me a long time before I finally stepped fully into my power. And I've been challenged or given the assignment by my guides that I need to put myself out there a little bit more and be authentic and a little raw and put my magic out there and show people this is how you do it, and it's okay, and you can use it to heal. And the earth needs it. The earth needs you to take action. And the thing that a lot of people experience as they go through an awakening is as they shift in vibration. Yes, as you initiate, you are going to be given tests and challenges. This is the hero's journey. This is you embarking on a journey where the soul is discovering itself and encountering obstacles along the way, and how you move through those. I keep seeing vortices, like you're cruising along on a path, or like you're flowing down a stream, and all of a sudden there's an eddy, a whirlpool of water, and you have to go through it, or you can avoid it. But if you keep doing the avoid dance, it's just going to keep coming back around until you go through it. Maybe you're not ready, fine, but we're being called to take action. And what's happening right now is Mars is retrograding, and it's going to be retrograding until June 29th. And I've been meditating a lot on, in the New Age community, there's a lot of ego shaming. And but if we're going to create change in this world, we have to be assertive. We have to be aggressive in certain ways, in certain capacities. We have to take action, and that means having a healthy, balanced, and strong ego. That's activating this warrior within us. In Western culture, there's a lot of anger and rage, and a lot of it's coming to the surface now, because that's what Mars retrograde does, is it pulls those unconscious things up to the surface. So a lot of people are feeling extra frustrated. They feel like they're being blocked, and they feel like they have to power through it. But now's not the time to power through it. Now's the time to actually come off the battlefield and take time out to heal and take different types of actions, going back and reclaiming or redefining your boundaries, your healthy boundaries, maybe reclaiming your power. So with the ego shaming comes shaming of Mars, and with us, with the shift in the ages moving from the balance, or the energy being with the patriarchy, and then shifting to a more balanced and more matriarchal, not necessarily just the feminine, we need both, but we need balance. And so the patriarchy and this masculine energy has been the driving force for a long time, and now we need a balancing of powers, and we need to reconsecrate Mars. And we all have all the planetary forces within us. Warrior is a non-gender specific term. It can apply to men as well as women. So when I felt that there was this dragon in the land, and the head of the dragon was at the top of Stony Point, where I am today, at the very top, and I'm grateful it was a cloudy day, and I'm waiting for the clouds to come back, because it's really hot up here and there's no shade. But as you see, I created a sigil in the land. I've been working with the soil and the land, and bringing it into our healing circles that we do every month. And I have on my altar, I have my homeland soil from my home, and from the places where I do spiritual work. And I brought some of that soil with me that was just blessed on the full moon this last Saturday, and I brought it here, and took some soil from here in a sacred way, and replaced the the hollow that I made with the blessed soil, so that the soil of and the beings and the energies of this place could commune and commingle. I'm going to cry because it's really beautiful to say this out loud. To commune and commingle with the spirits of other places and the energies of other places in a holy way, in a sacred way, in a healing way. So the soil was blessed and made sacred, and I brought some of that soil here and we did an exchange. And the white, it's not chalk, it's not made of anything that will harm, it's not even salt, it's blue cornmeal, it's organic blue cornmeal. Spirit wanted me, corn was a huge food staple for indigenous cultures. I really hope the wind doesn't blow my tripod over. Okay, everything's very fragile. Things are starting to move. But the cornmeal, it had to be blue cornmeal. It couldn't be yellow cornmeal. So I'm sorry if I have dirt on my face and my hands are filthy. But I felt guided to draw this sigil in the land as a way of communing with this place, as a way of offering the cornmeal to the earth and the beings here beneath and below, the ancient people that walked this land and honored this land hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, for many generations. Corn was a huge staple in their diet. It was sacred. But blue corn was most sacred. So I was inspired to get it, but it resonates with the place and the people, the indigenous people that walked these hills before me. So I wanted to remind the land of its sacredness, restore sovereignty to the land, and I've been shown that I have to put my magic out there, and this is how I'm doing it. I'm leaving behind marks of beauty. And it's interesting, 'cause my experiences that I'm having, because I'm kind of I'm actually shy. Believe it or not, I like to cocoon in my comfort of my healing temple. I like being alone. I like my alone time. I need my alone time. So as I'm here, I had a lot of alone time, and then all of a sudden a huge group of people showed up. And I was just in my zone and in my work, but I'm hearing them make comments, and not necessarily nice ones. And bless them. But it didn't stop me. Oops, I just hit the camera. Shoot. So, what we're doing with Mars being retrograde right now, the warrior within us is wounded and needs healing and needs to come off the battlefield to restore and heal. But we're so used to go, go, go all the time that it's as if the anxiety, the tension, that war is within us. And, the warrior is always in battle, always fighting, always responding to opposing forces. And the energy that we're carrying in our bodies and what's influencing us, our actions, is not necessarily our own. It can be connected to the chemicals in the food that you're eating, maybe caffeine or too much salt or processed foods. We don't know what's in those processed foods. It's not really food. So there's these forces that influence, and emotional, unprocessed emotional energies that are connected to this lifetime, previous relationships in this lifetime, and relationships and experiences from past lives as well. So there's a reclaiming that we need to do and a restoring of sacredness to the warrior by reconsecrating Mars. And I have a guided meditation that I tried recording yesterday. I keep bumping this. I'm not recording it again. I've been here for so long. So I'm going to read this guided meditation to you, and feel free to plant yourself in the now moment and take the deepest breath you've breathed today. And at the top of the breath, thank yourself for the work that you're doing on you now. Settle into the breath. With each exhale, give yourself permission to release tension and release what you do not need. Give yourself permission to come off the battlefield. Give yourself permission to heal. Give yourself permission to receive. Because the warrior is so used to doing, sending out energy, projective, fiery energy, that it has difficulty receiving. And this is a big lesson for men right now. And all of us, we have masculine and feminine energy in us, and we have to learn how to give, and we have to learn how to receive, and we have to learn how to give and receive from a place of love, so we're creating a more loving world. So go ahead, and as you are breathing and exhaling and releasing what you do not need, and planting yourself in the now moment, detach from yesterday, detach from tomorrow, and be here in the infinite now moment. And we're going to be balancing the breath with counting. So we're going to count to the count of 4 on the inhale, and then hold it to the count of 4, and then exhale to the count of 4. We're going to do this for 3 cycles total, so 2 more times. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold it to the count of 4. And release to the count of 4. One more time. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold it to the count of 4. And release to the count of 4. Breathe in deeply that sacred space around you, and as you exhale, send your inner sacredness out. So within and without sacred space, you are breathing. And as you breathe, become aware of the sky and the planetary forces above you, the clouds, the beloved clouds that protect me from too much harsh sun. I thank you. And be aware of the influences of above, spiraling down, flowing downward, constantly arriving from above. As you inhale, draw it into you. And as you exhale, open up and allow that energy of above to pass through you freely, unhindered. It's like you open up, you become a hollow bone. And as the energy flows down through you, you bring your awareness down to the earth, beneath and below, and that which upholds and sustains us. From the earth, and in the center of the earth is the midnight sun that radiates this silvery blue light. It's like the memory of starlight. And that energy is constantly spiraling up to us, but slower than the energy that's arriving down. And we can draw that earth light energy up within us and nourish ourselves with it. It's like we're tapping into a spring, a wellspring of healing. And we draw that healing energy up and nourish ourselves. Draw it all the way up to your heart. The essence of this energy of below is like earth, but water is watery in essence to me. It's very cleansing and nourishing and cooling and balancing to the fire from above. Now be aware of the 4 directions around you. A direction in front of you, a direction behind you, a direction to your left, and a direction to your right. Beauty all around you. And from the darkness of your mindscape, a scene begins to unfold. You find yourself standing atop a grassy hill. Your sword is drawn. Clouds roll in, and the sky turns an even darker shade of gray. The last battle cry is given by you. It's anguished, wrought with pain and exhaustion. You've been fighting for so long. And though the war is over, you cannot rest. Even though you know you need to rest. All around you, you gaze upon the fields of death, bodies of soldiers, warriors, bodies of heroes lost, lives sacrificed on the altar of God knows what. And you feel for the first time the aches and pain and tension you've been holding in your body for so long. You're cut, you're bruised, you've been stabbed in the back, and your armor, sword, and shield are so heavy. The scars on your body to the story of battles you've chosen and the battles that chose you. The war is over, and you feel weak and tired from battling the world around you constantly. It's all you know how to do. The war is now inside of you. It's a part of you that's deeply conflicted, yet seeks a peace once known, a time before. You look at the landscape strewn with death, and you feel for the first time all the places you are hurting, and the sky takes pity on your soul, and it cries in the form of rain. You move towards a wooded area in the distance, seeking shelter from the weather. You hear the sound of your armor rubbing as you walk. Your gait is heavy as you move through the mud that is quickly forming from the rain. The noisy friction of metal against metal is the all too familiar music of war. You enter the woods, and the foliage of leaves and branches of the trees give a reprieve from the weather. You come across a wounded animal, a deer struck with an arrow. an accidental wounding caused by the human war that just took place. You can see the fear in its eyes. You approach it with softness in your heart. It struggles in the death throes, and clearly the beast is suffering. You have to make a choice. Do you end the creature's suffering, or do you allow it to die on its own? You can see that the wound is too deep to heal. You move closer to offer a comforting touch, and the animal kicks and thrashes. A hoof glances against the side of your cheek, and you can feel the warmth of blood as it drips down your face. You reflect on all that you've killed in this lifetime. The destruction that you have caused. The harm to others. The conflict that you have perpetuated. The war that you continued. Consciously and unconsciously. Simply to eat and live, you have to kill animals and plants every single day. Every day of your life, something is sacrificed so that you can live. Even the gardener pulls weeds from his garden so it may grow more abundantly. When did this conflict begin? How long have we been at war with others, within ourselves? How long have we been unable to forgive ourselves and others because of this inner conflict, as we hold on to blame and shame and guilt and pain and hurt? When will those things stop serving us? Because that is when we will lay them down and have peace. What unconscious wars continue to be fought within our own body? How long will we carry these unconscious patterns of conflict and emotional trauma within us, within our DNA, passed down generationally over time and tide? We all have hard choices to make now. We all have healing to do now. We are all polite murderers. We are all warriors. We have killed in other lifetimes. We've been fighting an invisible war within ourselves. We've been in conflict, and now it's time to make peace. We've been hurting for so long. You take your sword and you pierce the heart of the great beast, ending its suffering instantly. You honor its spirit and nourish yourself with its flesh. Over a fire, you cook the meat. Your bones are aching. Your wounds are still bleeding. You are so very tired. And soon after you eat your fill and have honored the spirit of the beast that nourished you, you fall into a deep sleep. Overhead, stars shoot across the night sky as you dream. And in the dream, you awaken to find yourself in a chamber, and you are lying upon a stone slab. Your armor is gone. You're naked, but you're not cold. As you lie on the healing table, 7 hooded beings enter the chamber. Light illuminates from beneath their robes. These are the planetary forces of the 7 principal planets. They are healing your inner sun, your inner moon, your Mercury, your Mars, your Jupiter, your Venus, your Saturn. You can feel their energies moving through and within and throughout your chakras. Give yourself permission to breathe in this energy. Give yourself permission to heal. And breathe it in. Let it permeate you in the deepest places. After some time, the beings depart, and the goddess Venus enters the room. She kisses you. She embraces you. She kisses every wound, every scar. The tenderness you feel makes you shake and quiver like jelly from the inside out. You allow her sacredness, her beauty, her love to penetrate you into your forgotten places, into your bones, into your belly. The goddess anoints you with scented oil. She blesses you and consecrates you, drawing symbols with the oil on your heart, your solar plexus, and your throat, and every chakra point. Healing, anointing, and blessing you with her love. She kisses your feet to bless your path, the path that you walk. She kisses each hand so that everything you touch will be touched and blessed with love. She kisses your heart so that you can feel love and compassion. She kisses each eyelid so that you can see her hidden beauty in all things. And she kisses your lips so you may speak and sing in loving tones. And then the goddess places her hands in your energy field and heals every layer of your aura, filling the cracks with golden light. And you breathe it in. Breathe it in deep. Breathe it into your bones. Breathe it into your marrow. Breathe it into every cell. Breathe it into your DNA. Let your energy dance with Venus as she reconsecrates Mars. And your ability to take action. Your will, your strength, your vitality, your life force energy. This is Mars. Inner fire, purified, holy fire, holy flame, holy fire, grant to us our heart's desire. You are healed, whole and holy. Mars has been blessed and reconsecrated by Venus, by pure love. Until next time, blessed be.